Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brennan Highlight here, back to another Games Cast with Z1 and Only, and we have some great news for you today.
Yes, hi guys, and I feel privileged to be able to tell you this and to be one of the first people to know about this. Is Xbox One has dropped the used games and online requirement policies, completely dropped it. They've scrapped it. It doesn't exist anymore. So I've got the web page here. The web page link will be in the description below if you want to read through it with me or look at it afterwards. But I'm going to basically just read through it quickly. Xbox One has changed its policies for used games and online connectivity for disc-based games. The console will no longer require to be online once every 24 hours, instead only needing an internet connection when initially setting up the system. Discs will function as they did on Xbox 360 with no restrictions on borrowing or selling used games. There will be no limitations on to use and sharing games. It will work just as it does today on the Xbox 360. And that's a quote from the president of Interactive Entertainment, Don Matrick. So it's exactly the same, guys, and it's just great news. They've also taken away region locking, which means Burning Highlights here could actually send me over a game from America and it will play on my console, which isn't a massive thing, but is a really good thing for certain situations. Basically, they then go on to explain that they've listened to us about our complaints and have decided to act on it after initially basically backhanding us, saying, "Well, we've got the 360 if you don't like these new features." But they've realised that this is a big mistake and they've fixed it for us. Now, all I can say to you guys who are skeptical about this and were very upset about Xbox in the first place, which everybody was, but some of you took it a bit the wrong way, a bit too much the wrong way, is I told you so. I've said on 2 or 3 videos now that all we've got to do is keep complaining to them, and even if they didn't do this before the console came out, I was not going to buy the console for 6 to 8 months to see if in that period of time they would realise how much of a big mistake they've done. They would have noticed that the sales would have dropped and plummeted, and the PS4 would have reigned. It would have been a PlayStation world, because after the Xbox One failing as it would have done, they would have never been able to claw their way back. So I say a big thank you to Xbox, the team there, for doing this. It's a big thank you, and I think I speak on behalf of everybody in the world, especially the Xbox One fans, for that. Anything more to add, Hunter?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that they did this. They really did listen to their fans, and they knew that they were going to go down in sales if they went on with this. I mean, I was looking at a ton of polls off of gaming websites, and more than likely, all of them were going towards the PS4. I've read from 90% to 10% for PS4 over the Xbox. I mean, it's just over the roof. And, if if you still have a grudge over Microsoft for doing that, just stop. I mean, they'd listened,
Yep.
they changed it, and now, in my mind, I mean, they completely won me over. I was kind of on the fence still, even with
Yeah.
all these restrictions. And
To be
now that they
honest,
just took it off, I mean, Xbox won for the win.
to be honest, now it has completely flipped it upside down because I'd like to take a minute just sit there. That's Fresh Prince. No, it's completely flipped it upside down because PlayStation 4 still have this used game policy. What people didn't realise is PS4 had exactly the same policy as what the Xbox One did. About you can't sell games on the PS4. Possibly if it's made by third parties, it's all up to third party. And if PS4 now drop it, then it's going to be even game for both. But at the moment, because Xbox One has dropped this, it's now fair play. The only concern that I do have still about the Xbox One is the Kinect thing. About the Kinect having to be connected, about the Kinect recording you at all times, about the Kinect sending off your details unless you tell it not to, about the Kinect forcing itself to turn on. So there are still some negative points on it, but it has swung me the other way. All I've got to do is turn and face the Kinect at the wall if I don't want it to record my face, and if it picks up, if it's recording audio, I don't really say anything that I'm ashamed of, so
Yeah.
that's absolutely fine with me.
The Connect thing never really bothered me, but I mean, to some people, it is an invasive privacy. So, I don't think they're going to switch that necessarily, but I do think that, because I did hear that there are some countries actually blocking or banning the Connect because it is invading privacy, and for security reasons, it really is not acceptable. So,
Yeah, but you never know. They might fix it. You never know. They might change it. They might niggle it. It's still very early days. You know, it's still like 6 months until release. There's still a lot of time that they can change it. It is all software. It's not hardware. They don't have to redesign the console. They don't have to do anything inside the console. It's all software. It's just typing in a code and reversing it. But at the moment, Xbox is one over for me. Obviously, we get both consoles in our house because my girlfriend always buys a PlayStation. I always buy Xbox. So it's a win. This does also give us a little bit good news about Minecraft because 4J and Mojang were talking. Why Mojang were, I don't know, but mainly 4J and Xbox were talking about possibly being able to transfer our 360 Minecraft saves over to the Xbox One. And initially, Xbox said no. You can't do it. But 4J aren't giving up the fight for us. They're still fighting for us, and they're back in talks. So you never know. With this change, if they can change something as big as this to something that they were so strong on, then anything is possible now.
yeah. So, since we did miss a little bit of E3 in the Xbox One and PS4 next gen console war type deal, what was the most impressive thing you saw from each side?
I really enjoyed Battlefield. And I've seen some stuff that wasn't at E3 but was on YouTube about Call of Duty, about some of the lighting engines and that. So both Call of Duty and Battlefield are on my list. Forza 5, I'm a big racing fan, and that looked absolutely amazing. So for Xbox, it's probably going to have to be those three. And for PlayStation, I didn't really look at an awful lot of PlayStation because I am an Xbox gamer. My girlfriend would be better at answering that than me. But from what did I see? Well, obviously Battlefield is on the PlayStation as well. I don't know. I think the console, the PS4 console, looks a little bit nicer than the Xbox. They are very similar in design, down to the sort of two-toneness of them. It just looks like the PlayStation's slanted back slightly, and it doesn't have a Kinect, so that's a good point of it.
Yeah. My picks for Xbox is probably I really enjoyed when they showed Titanfall. That game just really blew my mind. Like I was like,
Is that
wow.
that's like the robot sort of?
Yeah, the mech one. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
I also heard that game is it's not gonna have a campaign or multiplayer. It's gonna be a crossbreed of campaign multiplayer all together. So that'll be really interesting in my opinion. That was probably the best thing, and obviously Minecraft that they showed off there. And then
Yes.
PS4, I liked how they're bringing over the MMOs. They're bringing over PlanetSide 2 and Elder Scrolls Online. I really like how they're doing that, and it looks real nice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I would still rather play Elder Scrolls Online on my PC. However, it's just going to work better on the computer in general.
Yeah.
But it's very nice for them to bring it over for the people that can't play it on the PC because of specifications of their PC and such others. So, yeah, it's I have no problem with them bringing it over.
Yeah. So both Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are going to have great features on them. So tell us in the comments which is your pick. Still, even after all this news, which one are you going to pick up either this coming fall or whenever you have the money?
Yeah, would love to see the results from that. All right then, guys. I think we're going to call it an episode. Sorry about it's so short, but we just wanted to get this out and let you guys be one of the first people to know. So we shall catch you later, guys. Bye. Say bye.
Later.
Later.